to episode 2 of what is going to be the retitled podcast series, the Drawing Animal Podcast with Wesley Bear. And I am your host, Wesley Bear, and today we will be talking about first our animal, which will be the Malayan horn frog, and then we are going to be talking about shapes and the foundation for drawing. So, to begin with, our animal of the day is the Malayan horned frog, which is a small 16 centimeter sized frog from the region of Southeast Asia and Indonesia, so Sumatra, Borneo, Vietnam, Thailand, in an animal that's hidden deep within those jungles. This frog is known for its kind of almost unusually triangle-shaped body. It has pointed horns coming off of its eyes, and then a very sharp, pointed, almost flat, triangle, pyramid-shaped nose. The whole body is broken up in such a way that it looks like a leaf. In fact, the colors range from a dark brown to a rusty orange to almost a dirtyish yellow color. So definitely looks like a leaf hidden among the forest floor, making it difficult to spot for both predators and for humans. They are also known for their distinctive call, which tends to be, rather than a ribbit, tends to be more of a sharp honk or beep-like sound. This call is used in finding a partner when male and female frogs get together. The female will eventually produce some eggs, which he will usually hide underneath a rock within the midst of a flowing stream. This provides a constant source of oxygen as water flows over those eggs, but also a safe place for those eggs to be hidden. This frog is also pretty common, especially among people who collect and keep frogs. Its only two threats are the pet trade and habitat loss, but this frog manages to weather that well enough for now and is currently not a threatened species. So that's all we have for the Malayan horn frog, but I did want to talk about shapes, being a much more important subject for right now. So, shapes are the foundation building blocks for pretty much most drawings. It's going to be the way you build an animal. As we saw in the last drawing, what we have with the mouse was a lot of big, huge, round, oblong circles, right? So for the frog here, we have quite a few triangles. So we have a triangle-shaped body, a triangle-shaped almost to the horns above, and a triangle-shaped nose. Now, those shapes aren't always going to be perfect, as we see in this drawing, but you can break that whole animal down into basically triangles. And in fact, if we look from where the rock hides him to the ground he's coming out of, it basically forms a giant isosceles triangle. So, and you may be asking, well, what about the rest of the animal? I mean, its body looks like a triangle, but what about the arms and hands? Well, we can break down those even further. As we see, the hand is basically a small circle. The arms are basically not triangles, rectangles attached to that circle, And even if we wanted to break down further those fingers, we could probably find that the fingers are small circles attached to that larger circle of the hand by smaller squares or rectangles. So we have a circle forming the hand, squares or rectangles forming the fingers, and at the end of those fingers are more tiny circles. So we can break this whole animal down into shapes. And this is important because shapes form the foundation of kind of how humans have always kind of functioned. I mean, we can see this immediately in the way that a child attaches itself to a soccer ball or a basketball, right? That round shape of that soccer or basketball is an immediate draw to any child probably under 10, right? And kids love soccer and basketballs even after that, but the point is we can see that's kind of the immediate draw is that shape. And we see those shapes every day in nature with tall trees or our TV screens or giant rectangles that we like to sit in front of and watch stuff on. So we see it in nature and in the unnatural world every day that we have created. So it's important to recognize that when you create a drawing, you gotta ask yourself, can I break this drawing down into mostly familiar shapes that the person can easily find eye-catching? Now, it doesn't mean those shapes aren't perfect, and we're gonna often blend those shapes together in such a way that the person won't really recognize where one shape begins and another one does. And again, not all those shapes have to be perfect, and again, they're going to be a little off-kilter depending, because nature, despite having all those recognizable shapes, tends to be a bit off-kilter. So we're not looking for the, of course, perfect shape that we can break down our drawing into, but rather to see those shapes and see if they're at least the foundation, our building blocks, right? That's what we do with anything that we build, is we build from general structures that we can then shape and add to without worrying that it's all going to break apart. And this is especially, of course, true, right, if you're an architect, right? That's what you do, is you take general principles of shapes and structures and attach them together and then build off of that. And, of course, unusual shapes are not uncommon either, and they're very helpful. So it's not so again, like when we see a bridge, right? A bridge isn't a perfect rectangle. It's that rectangle shape, but it has curves in it, and those curves add structure and they add building. So again, we don't have to have perfect shapes even from the start, but we should be able to at least see those within our drawing and then build off of them to build something even better and more substantial and maybe even stronger. So that's my tip for the day, is begin with those general shapes. And again, they're mostly going to be your triangles, circles, and rectangles or squares. And then we're going to just shape those in a way, and details in a way, where they're hidden or they provide the basis for building something stronger off of. Okay, that's again the tip for the day. And so, reminder that you can like this, share, and subscribe to the videos. I will hopefully again be providing soon a link to my website, which will be the encouragingcartoonist.com, and then you can pick up my 2 books, which are The Crazy Creatures of Oz, Meeting the Colorful Animals of Australia, and Crazy Creatures of the Ocean, Shocking Sharks and Radical Rays. And they'll both be under my name, Wesley Bear. Try and think if there's anything else I wanted to add. I will keep you updated, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy nature and enjoy drawing. Thanks so much for listening.